And by tenured professorship at the philosophy departments of MIT, NYU, Oxford, and Institute for Advanced Study, I mean, first of all, that I don't know if IAS has a philosophy department. I don't think that they award degrees. I know that thinkers have offices there. Mm, that's kind of, and that there are, discussions. People exist there, and they think. So that's good. That's where I need to be, is somewhere like that. Um, but I figure that, like, for example, at Oxford, um, like, the idea that I'm not there to attend John Locke lectures every year has just bothered me for at least 10 years. It's just something that, like, I look forward to when they come out, the the recordings. And it's the sort of thing that I just, I mean, if I think about it too much, it I get emotional, because, again, like, I don't really know where I went wrong. I mean, we can talk to Orlando Bentoncourt, Susanna Draper, Peggy Kamoff, Simon Critchley, hell, even talk to Alan Bass. I mean, he's not going to have anything good to say about me, but I'm interested, anyway, in the way that all of this strikes him. Um, it doesn't make any sense to me, because at this point, the just the sheer magnitude of my knowledge is just so staggering compared to most of y'all, because you're specialized. You just specialize in one field, and you know every last little detail of that one field. But then spotting the forest for the trees outside of your chosen specialty discipline, you're just not very good at. And so synthetic holistic thinkers like me, it's just not been a very fashionable thing. So, mm, and I've learned enough now to know that primarily my interests are in contributing something positive to the human project, and really in correcting mistakes. What I see is probably very easily correctable mistakes that have already been diagnosed long ago through the work of Frege and his successors. There's a lot of talking past that happens these days, or just not really listening at all. And if there's anything that Gottlob Frege taught, is that the contents of your sentence have mathematical standing, and nothing is excluded from the sentence. And if we're dealing in sentences, if that's what discourse really amounts to, is sentences, or series even of marks, if they're impressions or their intuitions or something, it's all accountable. It's all held to account. If, well, under the right conditions, society keeps itself accountable. But when you've got discourse having been demolished at the very top, epistemic trust and faith is long since gone by the boards, rendered stupid naivete. What kind of hard evidence do we have other than hard clits and dicks, unfortunately. You know, find me some transcendent explanatory framework that we all agree on. No. It's psychoanalytic material, such as shame. That's sort of like the next frontier of objectivity, because the defensive feelings around psychoanalytic content are so tremendously powerful. So I don't work for money. I'm a good Socratic disciple of Socrates. I can't accept money for intellectual work. I'll accept money for comedic work. That's okay. If I'm making a sufficient ass out of myself, I'll accept money for it. But no, because my history with charlatanism and being roughly put through the ringer by the charlatanism of clinical psychoanalysis for roughly 15 years as a talk therapy patient, and put through the ringer of from some of my earliest training as a part of the Jan Cox group in Atlanta. And then paying all that tuition for my 2 philosophy degrees. I have been put through the ringer, and I have paid dearly for my knowledge, and now I expect something in return. So I've stated my standard, and until then, philosophical, political, and social dialogue is just going to get more and more uncomfortable and dirty and filthy, and I can just push the absurdism as far as you want to let me push it.